Hello. Welcome to another essay. That is your essay 580 small essay. If you need these notes, link are in the description of the Telegram channel. Okay. So essay 580 talks about written representation. Now, what is a written representation? A written representation is a written statement by the management provided to the auditor to confirm certain matters or to support other audit evidence. Okay, your written representation is recognized as an audit evidence but not as a sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. It is not a sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. It is audit evidence but not sufficient and appropriate. Okay. Now matters for which written representation may be obtained. So this is not an exhaustive list. This is an inclusive list. These are some examples where you might obtain a written representation. So first is your management responsibilities with respect to, there are two parts. First is your preparation and presentation of financial statements as per your financial reporting framework. So the management gives in writing, what this is our responsibility. What is our responsibility? Preparation and presentation of financial statement in accordance with the financial reporting framework that is applicable to us. Now, what is the second point? That is information provided to auditor as agreed in engagement term, that any information that we have promised to provide, we will provide and it will be correct. Now, what is your second? As required by other essay or the auditor determines necessary. That is, if we have given reference in any other essay with regards to essay 580, that is your written representation, you can ask for written representation in that case. Now, date and period covered by written representation. So your date of written representation should be as close to the auditor's report. So your date of written representation should be as near as practicable to the date of auditor's report date. It should not be after the date of auditor's report, because your audit report will be based on the written representation. So if the audit report has already been issued and you get a written representation after that, what is the point of this written representation when our audit report has already been issued? What does the next point says? Written representation shall be for all financial statements and periods referred to in auditor's report, because the management needs to reaffirm that the written representation it previously made with respect to prior periods remain appropriate. Okay, and the last part, auditor's responsibilities in different situations. That is, what should the auditor do if the management, if case number one, if the management refuses to provide a written representation. So first, of course, you will discuss the matter with your management. You will re-evaluate the reliability and integrity of the management. That is the management trustable? Why are they not giving me a written representation? If they are confident, if they do not have any issues, they should be giving me a written representation. And third is to determine the effect on the opinion. You will determine if them not giving you a written representation has any effect on the opinion that you are going to provide. Okay, next is the reliability of written representation is doubtful. This is your case 2. In the first case, they do not give you a written representation at all. In case 2, if it is not reliable, if you feel that it is not reliable, in this case, what will you do? If concerns about the integrity of management determine the effect of reliability of written representation and other audit evidence in general, because if you do not trust the management at all, you also have to check other audit evidence that they have given you. If the written representation is inconsistent with other evidence, that is, you have some evidence and you have a written representation, and if both of these are not matching, both of these are conflicting with each other, in such a case, what do you have to do? You will have to perform additional procedures. You will have to perform additional procedures to check whether my written representation is correct or whether my audit evidence, that other audit evidence that I have obtained, which of them is correct, and you will have to identify why they are not matching. And third, if you conclude that the written representation is not reliable, then you will determine the effect on the audit opinion. You will check whether does this affect my audit opinion, do I have to modify my audit opinion. Okay, and with this we are done with essay 580. So quickly like the video and I'll see you in the next essay, that is your essay 600.